Get ready to laugh out loud? Here are the 5 best jokes of the day that will have you cracking up in no time. So, my buddy tells me this story the other day. He's driving down the highway with his wife. Just cruising, doing a steady 60 miles an hour. Out of nowhere, his wife turns to him and says,
"Honey, we need to talk."
Now, anytime a conversation starts with "we need to talk" while you're on the highway, it's never about what's for dinner, right? She goes,
"After 15 years of marriage, I think I want a divorce."
He doesn't say a word, just nods his head and presses down on the gas. Now they're doing 65. Still, nothing. So she keeps going like,
"Oh, and by the way, I've been seeing your best friend, and he's way better in bed than you."
ouch! But my buddy? Still quiet. The speedometer hits 70. She's feeling bold now, she says.
"Oh, and I'm taking the house."
He's still not saying anything. Now they're doing 75. He's just staring straight ahead. She says,
"And don't think I'm stopping there. I'm taking the kids too."
At this point, they're doing 80, and she's like,
"I'll take the car, the savings account, the retirement fund, and you can keep your crappy golf clubs."
Now they're pushing 85, and she's getting nervous. She looks over and goes,
"Wait, is there anything you want?"
Finally, he breaks his silence, after all of this, and says super calm, "Nope, I've got everything I need." She's like,
"What? Really? What's that?"
and he looks at her, with the car now hitting 90, and says, "The airbag."
Huh?
So my buddy, he's 65 years old, just had twin babies. Yeah, at 65. He's got grandkids older than his own kids now. Anyway, he goes in for his regular checkup, and the doctor's like, "Wow, twin babies at your age? That's impressive. For the sake of medical science, we need to study this." Then the doc hands him a little jar and says, "I need you to bring back a sperm sample tomorrow." So my buddy takes the jar, goes home, and does his best, right? The next day, he's back at the doctor's office, hands over the jar, and it's completely empty, clean as a whistle. The doctor looks at it and goes, "Couldn't get a sample?" And my buddy goes,
Doc, I tried everything. First, I tried my right hand. Nothing. Tried my left hand. Still nothing. Then I asked my wife to help. She's obviously good at this, right? She tried her right hand, then her left. Still nothing. We were getting desperate at this point, so we called over our neighbor Linda. She came over, gave it a try with both hands, even tried putting it between her knees. Nothing worked.
The doctor's just staring at him now, and he goes, "Wait, you asked your neighbor for help?" And my buddy shrugs and says,
Well, yeah, Doc. None of us could get the lid off that darn jar.
Huh? So picture this, a small, quiet town somewhere in the Midwest. You know the type, right? Just one gas station, a main street with more potholes than people, and Betty. Now Betty is about 85 years old, sitting on her porch in a rocking chair, sipping on some chamomile tea, just vibing. Life's simple, it's peaceful. She's looking out at the empty road like, ah yes, the sounds of absolutely nothing. And then, bam! Out of nowhere, here comes this young guy walking up her driveway with a clipboard, looking way too enthusiastic for a Tuesday afternoon. Betty squints, pulls down her glasses, and she's like,
"What are you selling?"
Now, this guy's all polite, smiles at her like she's his grandma, and he says, "Oh no, ma'am, I'm not selling anything. I'm from the Census Bureau. We're going around to find out how many people there are in the United States." Betty's eyebrows shoot up. She leans back, rocking slow, taking it all in. And after a minute, she says,
"Honey, you're wasting your time coming here. Because I don't know."
Huh?
So my buddy Larry was telling me this story about his wife, Margaret. You know, they're at that age where gravity's just winning, right? Anyway, it's late at night. They're winding down. Larry's on the couch, chilling, watching TV, and Margaret is over by this big old mirror they have. She's checking herself out, like really looking. And then, she lets out this deep, heavy sigh, like one of those,
"I'm about to say something, you better listen."
kind of sighs, so she goes,
"Larry, I look in this mirror and I just see this old woman staring back. Look at these wrinkles. My hair's all gray, my body, forget about it. My chest has officially relocated somewhere near my waistline, okay? And my hips? I've got hips wider than the front door.
Now Larry's over there pretending he didn't hear that, but she's giving him this look, and he knows he's got to say something. So he's like, "Ah, babe, you still look beautiful to me." But that's not enough, right? She's like,
No, I need you to say something that makes me feel good about myself. Just something positive, please.
so Larry's sitting there thinking, "All right, I got this." And he looks her dead in the eye and says, "Well, at least we know that mirror's brutally honest." She's giving him the death glare, and he's like, "And honey, your vision is still 20/20. Huh? Two billionaire friends finally get together for a long overdue lunch. After catching up for a bit, Derek, who made his fortune from a sustainable food empire, leans in and asks, "So, Jack, how's married life treating you?" Jack, a former car salesman who hit it big with a tech startup, grins and says, "Oh, it's fantastic. I bought a giant tortoise." Derek stares at him, baffled. "A tortoise? Are you serious?" Jack nods enthusiastically. "Oh, you have no idea. It's the best purchase I ever made." He roams around the yard, keeping the grass short. The kids love him. They climb on his shell and ride him all around. Keeps them off their screens for hours. My wife is a huge fan. He's surprisingly strong, so he helps her move things around when I'm not home. Honestly, he's the perfect pet. Derek scratches his head. Wow, sounds like a dream. How much did he set you back? $2 million, worth every penny. Jack beams. Would you sell him to me for $3 million? Derek asks. Oh no, no way. He's part of the family. All right, how about $5 million? Jack hesitates, then sighs. All right, but only because we're friends. A few weeks later, they meet up again. Derek storms in, fuming. As soon as he sees Jack, he starts yelling, "What on earth did you sell me?" He didn't just trample the grass, he tore up every single flower and shrub in my yard. There's tortoise droppings everywhere, and they stink up the whole property. And my kids? They're terrified of him. The thing hisses and snaps at them every time they go near it. My wife? She refuses to go outside. She says the tortoise has taken over her garden. Jack sighs, rolls his eyes, and says, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. But with that attitude, you're never gonna sell him." Huh? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to make your day even better.